All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel. Marquita here. So this video is just gonna be a little overview of my Ninja Foodi grill. Now, you guys know I mentioned this in my Kohl's or in my little Black Friday deal haul, because Kohl's was started their Black Friday stuff the entire week. So one of the purchases that I made was this Ninja Foodi grill. It is to replace my old Ninja Foodi grill, which actually blew out a fuse. And like I said, I talked about it probably being due to the electrical stuff here in the apartment, not the actual device. Because as you can see, I do have other Ninja items, including this Ninja blender, and I've had it for a few years and it's been fine. So I definitely don't think it was an issue with the actual product. So anyway, let's get into it. Now, I think in my video I did mention that this was the 5-in-1, but it's actually the 6-in-1, and what I had before was the 5-in-1. So you can see I did this so you could do a little comparison if you're considering a Ninja grill. The only difference between the 5 and the 6 is the 6th feature, I guess you could say, or the extra feature, is that the new one, the 6-in-1, actually has a roasting option, whereas my 5-in-1 does not have the option. Oh, I'm sorry, not roasting, it was to broil. Sorry, yes, broil is the one. So the other one, the 5-in-1, did not have the option to broil. It will grill, it will air crisp, so it's like air fryer mode, dehydrate, bake, and roast. You can do all that on the 5-in-1. The 6-in-1 has all of that plus the ability to broil. So that was the extra feature on the 6-in-1, if you're just wondering like what's the difference. But in terms of functionality, I mainly use the grill feature. I have used the air crisp feature. So those are the main two that I used on my Ninja. So either one will work just fine, but I want to show you guys the similarities and differences. The 6-in-1 slightly bigger, as you can, I don't know how well you can see, but it looks like it's just a little bit taller. Not a big difference, but just slightly different. It may just be the design, but it's slightly taller. Of course, the buttons are slightly different because you do have an extra feature. But the screen is still there, which that displays like everything you need in terms of time. If you select grill, like it'll show the countdown for like when it's preheating. So you still have that screen here, have that here. The buttons are of course in a little different position, but you do have all of your features, your power, start and stop. And honestly, this one, you just for me, just lifting it will stop, like if it's counting down. But usually you use that start, when you start your preheat. And the book will tell you, and we'll get into that in just a second, what the recommendations are based on what you're cooking. So let's go ahead and explore the new 6-in-1 Ninja Foodi grill. This is the regular, not the XL. The XL is just bigger in size, but in terms of functionality, it does the same thing. So let's go ahead and take one last look at the older one. We'll say goodbye to that one in a moment. I'll open it up. Don't judge me if it's dirty, because I haven't opened it in a while, because it's been a few months since it burnt out on me, and I just haven't taken it to the dump. So you'll see here, and it's, again, excuse the dirtiness, it does have that pan and the plate there. That's your main cooking plate, and you'll see all this, the clean version, in just a moment. And then you have like your little fan thingy here, and we're going to compare what a nice clean a new one looks like. So again, here is the new one. We'll open it up. It opens the same way on the side. Now the pan and things, they do come in and out, and I'm about to put them in just now, but I did wash them first. I don't know about you guys, but I like to wash things before I use it, when it's like dishes and whatever, that kind of thing. Even though most of this temperature is at least 400 or higher, so it's like if there was anything there, it's gonna die anyway in the preheating stage. But I just like to wash it, and they rinse really well. It's very much non-stick. You have this thing up here. This is like your air vent, grease kind of catcher or whatever. Now, one thing that I have learned is that I would say it's better to go ahead and clean this, probably depending on what you cook, after every couple of uses. Make sure that that's clean. When it gets really like oily or brown and dirty, the best way to clean it is, or the way that they suggest in the book, is to boil some water and just put it in the boiling water, and it does, it loosens up the grease and it comes right off, and you just wipe it clean. So that's how you clean that. That's can be a bit of a headache, but it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put this one together, but just so you can see, it's the same pan that's in my other one. This is your main cook pan, and you pretty much just switch out the attachments. And you'll know when it's in there, right? Because it'll fit. It kind of aligns. You'll look for that indentation in there, and you'll match it up. So let me get this right, because I could have sworn my thing faces. Oh no, it does face the back. Okay, that's correct. So yeah, so you put that in, and then this is your main plate, and this is pretty much the main thing that you use. The only time I switched it out was when I did air fryer, and then you use the air fryer basket, which I have to pull out. So this plate goes in here. Kind of matches where you see the little indentation. It goes around that, and it does have handles here if you need to lift it out. So there's handles on both sides. So that's pretty much what your grill looks like for your grilling functions, and pretty much all of your functions. At least for me, when I'm cooking, this is it. This is what it looks like. And you would put your food here on this plate. It is non-stick. Everything is super non-stick. Everything else is super easy to clean. I just clean it, hand wash. You can put it in the dishwasher, meaning these two pieces. Of course, you can't put the grill in the dishwasher, but these two things can go in if you want. But I find hand washing does just fine, and it's quicker. So especially because I use mine like every day, so waiting on it to go through the dishwasher cycle is a little bit different. It takes too long, but if you don't use it that often, you can use the dishwasher. But everything comes off, and it also comes with a brush. The first one came with that as well, so it comes with this brush to help you clean and get in between like those grooves. It is very helpful, and it also has like a little scraper piece too, so I like this brush. Use that quite a bit. The other things that it comes with is, of course, the manual on how to use it. And the manual is not just a basic, like, here's the button here and there. It also gives some good recommendations. And I think it's in, like, English and Spanish at least, if not French as well. But you have that. And it tells you, like, the functions and explains what they do. And what the arrows and all of that good stuff there. It tells you all the parts in case you weren't familiar. Of course, I'm already familiar with the setup, but if you weren't, it tells you everything that's in there, how to use it, where it goes. This is the book that I was talking about that has the recipes and other things in it. My other one came with that, so I have two of these now. I basically have two of everything now because they came with all the same materials. And so it has some good recommendations. I don't typically use any oil when I cook with that, but with air frying you may want to use oil, but it does recommend what types of oil, and these are all things you can cook on that grill. I have done kebabs on the grill. I did burgers. I never tried like baking like pizza or anything. I did use the air fryer, so I can definitely say all of those things come out just fine. I've done sausage wraps on there, hot dogs, all of that. I never tried vegetables other than the ones on the kebab or shrimp. But it shows you here the recommendations for oil. And again, this is kind of like a low smoke, smokeless. I ain't gonna say it's not smokeless, like no smoke, but it's very minimal. So it's not like being on a grill and you get a whole bunch. So it's very, very minimal, if any. So it's pretty much a close to smokeless grill. And if you do need to use oil, it tells you what to use. Canola, avocado, vegetable, or grapeseed. They tell you don't use olive oil because a lot of people love olive oil. I mean, it's a staple in my cabinet as well. But try to avoid using olive oil because it creates more smoke. So it also gives you an idea of what food items you cook on what level. So like, for example, if you are doing these things on low, bacon, sausage, calzones, that type of thing, medium, frozen meats, you can cook frozen things in here and it will go from like frozen to cooked in like 20 to 30 minutes, so not bad at all there. With like chicken and stuff, steaks high, and then things like seafood, vegetables, pizza on max. So that's just giving you an example, but it also tells you exact times and temperatures here as well, internal temperatures if you're not sure. And then it just has some recipes, different suggestions for things, but then it has these wonderful recipes like this, and it shows you how to make them and how to cook them in your Ninja grill. So I love that. I mean, they're burgers, but this is a Kickstarter recipe. Classic cheeseburger teaches you how to do that. Teriyaki marinated salmon, all kinds of good things. Nashville hot fried chicken. So like I said, you can air fry. So it's a very pretty, colorful Mexican street corn, which I do intend to try. Pizza, most of the stuff you saw, but then you also see it has the chart here with certain foods, how much of it, how to prep it, and also like, you know, whether you use oil, how much time. So I love that. Poultry is down there as well, depending on how you're cooking it and all of that. So I love that chart. I refer to it quite a bit. And if you this is the main, like a quick start guide. I highly recommend just flipping through this. This will get you started. You really don't need to flip through the entire manual. Again, shows you everything you got. And then this is pretty much a pretty common thing. So this is the grilling cheat sheet. So it tells you the temperatures for each setting when the grilling, and then it tells you like certain foods that are probably more common, how long to cook them and what setting to put them on, medium, low, and how much time. And honestly, with the time, you do want to kind of check it and guesstimate when you first start using it, and then you'll get the hang of it. Like I kind of know how long to cook my chicken breast based on what I'm doing and all of that. So just check it like anything else, but it's pretty accurate. I would say that you can pretty much go by. Things like burgers vary based on how thick you make them. So it usually takes at least 10, but they have here you know, store-bought or handmade 5 to 9 minutes, but I usually let mine cook a little longer, but I like my stuff to be well done. So again, that's a preference. And I would say the same for like steak. It just depends on how you want it cooked. But for the most part, I follow this grilling cheat sheet. This is my go-to whenever I'm cooking something for the first time on the grill or different. Then I like to use this. So I just keep this attached, as you'll see from my old grill. There it is attached to my fridge, so it's easy to access. So yeah, I think that's everything that comes with the grill. Oh, I didn't show you the air fryer crisper basket. But yeah, here's the air crisper basket. I left this one in the plastic because I still have my other one from the old grill. So I'm not going to open this one because I don't need it yet, but it'll be a backup. But that's what it looks like. And what you would do is you would switch out your grill plate and put this in instead. All right, so that's everything for the Ninja Foodi 6-in-1 grill. Again, this is the regular, not the XL. But that's all for now, and I will have another video coming soon with what I got for Kohl's for free 99, and that's my kind of shopping. But until then, thanks so much for watching, and please make sure to like and subscribe so you can catch other videos like this and more on my channel. See you next time.